Hi, my name is Richard Brommell and I'm a Director, Auctioneer and Valuer, very long title, here at Charterhouse Auctioneers in Sherborne, and it's time for our monthly walk and talk. The auction coming up on Friday, September the 23rd is over 1,000 lots, huge amount of collector's items, furniture. Anyhow, enough of that, let's get on with the show. So as often, we always start off with a huge selection of Japanese, Chinese, Dutch, English ceramics and glass. We've got some rather goofy looking galley cats here, couple of mad moggies like that, sort of £400 to £500 I suppose. One of the more unusual things is this. Now George, holding the camera, he said, what is it? This is a late 18th century lark spit. So basically you put your dead lark's head in there and you would roast them. Now, these days, we don't have open fires so much, but really quite an unusual thing. And I've only seen a couple of these in 30 years. I love this lovely bell-shaped here. I mean, you could use other small birds as well. You didn't just have to use larks. And this one here, again, lovely little turned finial, a real sort of blacksmith, local-made item. And that's probably between 150 and 250 pounds. I'm not certain, though, that you'd really want to sort of roast your larks on that these days. But coming up through here, we've got a lot of militaria. We always like our guns here, you know. I don't think I'd want to fire that one. And for a nice little rifle like that, you're looking probably sort of £300 to £500. Lots of swords. I should do some sword action shortly up here. And this is quite rare to see. This is First World War period Royal Engineers tunic, caps and bits and pieces. The sorts of things that, you know, 30, 40 years ago, very commonplace. These days, not so. This has come out from a house we cleared up in Berkeley in South Gloucestershire. And as you can probably see, always kept in an outhouse, lots of spiders and bits and pieces like that. This one is dated 1918 and is really quite a rare little thing here. Up through here, more aged weapons. Here we go. We've got probably a Samoan club here, Samoan war club, you know, sort of a... Well, actually, I don't know if they do that, but you know, again, quite a meaty thing. This one here, estimated between £300 and £500, come from a collection in Bournemouth. We've also got spears and swords. We've got court swords. We've got 1796 pattern swords. We've got naval swords. We've got Sudanese swords. We've got Scottish swords. You know, we've got axe. If you want to be a bit of a mad axeman. So really, all sorts of fun there. Over here, more. We've got a Hofner guitar, which I'm not going to pick up. I'm not going to attempt to play it because you know I can't. We've got metalwares up through here. We've got a Japanese prayer flag. Beg your pardon, no, it's not a prayer. It's sorry, Japanese good luck flag. It's a silk one, Second World War period. This has come from a collector over in Rochester in Kent. We travel far and wide, seeing and advising clients and collections. On through here, we've got the Zulu shield. And those of you who like the film Zulu with Michael Caine, don't throw bloody spears at me. And I promise that's the last impersonation I'm going to do today. And really quite a nice, well, I'd like it. You may not, but I would. Over here, dolls and clocks and prams and bits and pieces. And this is an interesting little pram here. I don't know if you can see that one, George. That's the original owner there, little girl here, with the pram. This is the first time this has come on the open market. It's a late Victorian pram. It's estimated around about £100, £150, and it's actually come directly from the family. So really quite a nice thing here. But I think it's a photograph that absolutely makes that. Here we've got a music box here. I don't know if it's going to go off. Give it a little. No. Never trust a music box. Never play with music boxes, children and animals. So give up on that one. Lots of clocks, barometers. We've got in here a load of Pelham puppets. It kind of looks a bit like an orgy of Pelham puppets here. We've got various wombles. Is that Uncle Bulgaria, is it? I think it probably is. You've got Snoopy, dragons and bits and pieces. Pelham puppets made over in Marlborough. Nice little handmade puppets. And again, for a little bit of a mix lot like that, you're probably looking at a good sort of £100, £150. Collector sales, always incredibly varied. We've got postcards, cigarette cards, pictures. This is great as well. This is one of my favourite things on the sale. This is the robot, and lovely little Meccano. We've got other kits and bits and pieces here, huge amount of them, and this is what kids played with before tablets and iPhones and everything were invented. And the owner of this had it as a child, and he built this robot. Sadly, he took the arms off years ago, but I love it. I love the little teeth here. I think that it's a really cool, charming item there. So again, more miscellanea down here. But through in the main sale room, we've got 1,000 more lots, I suppose. We've got lots of wall clocks, and in here we've got a huge collection. I mean, it's many thousands of pieces of Railwayana. Everything in here, all in the cabinet here, these are all locomotives, and all through the boxes here, these are all the wagons, rolling stock, kits, coaches and what have you. And you're probably looking around about £15,000 worth of items here, all nicely lotted up. So if you're into your 00 gauge items here, you've got Mainline, you've got Bachmann, you've got Hornby, you name it. You've got Trixtrin, you name it. It's a huge amount of items here, and again, all these are coming up for sale all up on the 23rd. So more kits, limited edition collector's piece and bits and pieces there. And in the furniture, I think George is going to do a quick right to left. We've got clocks, furniture, carpets, rugs. For those of you who come and see us, there's actually another secondary sale room as well. So we've got around about sort of 250 lots of furniture, but it's actually the collector's items that I love talking about. We've got a nice little collection of car mascots. Get rid of that little sticker there. Car mascots there, and just the sort of thing you'd really want to put on the front of your Ford Escort, isn't it there? A lovely running dog. I won't call it a whippet, because it's probably not a whippet, and whippet owners get very upset anyhow. So for a nice mascot like that, you're probably looking sort of £100–150, and there's actually a big collection of mascots over the back there. We've got this lovely tea caddy, which is a late entry here. Lovely tortoiseshell tea caddy, just the state you want it. Nice and filthy dirty on the top. We open it up and it's lovely bright fresh colours in there, and sadly missing a couple of its feet. The market for these has calmed down a little bit recently, but you're still looking a good £200, £300, maybe £400. But in the collection we always have a lot of dolls. We've got this lovely little painted peg doll here, doing a bit of an Edward Scissorhands impersonation there. Charming little painted features, and she's worth, I suppose, £100–150. She's a 19th century one, but it's not always the age of the item that makes things valuable. We've got in here a collection. There we go. Out you come. That's it. She's having a bit of a bad hair day. This is Sasha. Oh, hello. I think it's drunk Sasha, isn't it? Sit up straight, that's it. There we are. So Sasha, now it's a plastic doll. So what's a plastic doll doing in a lockable cabinet? Well, she's a very, very early one. She probably dates to about 1965, 1966. And despite the fact she's had a little bit of colouring in the hair there, she's worth between £700 and £1,000. So she's a very, very rare early one. Also in here, we've got Sasha's. We've got several Sasha dolls. We've also got Sasha's mate, Gregor. There's Gregor there. He's a happy-looking chappy, and yes, people used to have hair like that. And various other collectors' dolls, and we've got to be very, very careful how we display them. So that's the dolls. We've also got a large collection of medals and militaria. Again, this has come from the collector over in Rochester, and what a fine looking fellow. He could only be Russian, couldn't he? And this is an order for services to the homeland and the armed forces of the USSR, and that's actually for issued in 1986 or 1987 there, and that little award is probably sort of £400 to £500. We've got medals, we've got lots of swords and lots of stabby things as well. This is quite interesting. This is Indian, and that's a good sort of £300 to £500, all with the gold decoration on it there. You can't go down the Wetherspoons on a Friday night with this and sort of say, give us a pint. Well, actually you might be able to, but you'd probably be locked up very, very quickly. We have medals, we have coins. I'm a great fan of coins, and this here, this is a proper chunky coin. This is a gold £5 coin. Now the standard joke we normally make with this is I'll give you a tenner for it, and of course actually a coin like this is probably a good £1,000 to £1,500. Very rare to see. A £5 coin in 1887, that was a chunk of money, wasn't it? And we've got here also one of my favourite coins in the sale. This is a 1763 shilling. Now, shilling or 5p, nothing particularly interesting about that, apart from the fact for this 1 year only, these are known as the Northumberland shillings, and they only made about 3,000 of these, so very, very small mintage of those. And this coin here, it's probably 300 to 500, maybe even 400 to 600 pounds. So a lot of change there from 5p. And the last bits I'm going to talk about is just in here. These are some of my favourite bits and pieces, and we've got a couple of cotton twist stem, these double cotton twist stem cordial glasses here. Lovely filthy dirty condition. That's the way we like it. Market fresh, and lovely conical shaped bowls, all engraved with vines and grapes and bits and pieces, and they're probably 200, 300, maybe 400 pounds. Also in here, and this is probably about as close as I'm going to get to buying a piece of this. This is a piece of Martin Brothers. And Martin Ware is most famous for producing those wonderful grotesque birds. Now, the grotesque birds, they're 20, 30, 40, 50,000 pounds now. But this little is more of a modest collector's piece. It is by the Martin Brothers, and you're probably looking around about 100 pounds, sort of more my level rather than 40 or 50,000 pounds. Well, that's a bit of a whistle-stop tour around our 1,000 lot collector sale. You can see all the lots online at our website, which is charterhouse-auction.com. You can bid live. George also will be doing some live Facebook feeding, or whatever he calls it, I don't know, but you can actually listen in and watch the auction live through that. I think, what's it called, George?
Facebook Live.
Facebook Live. Technical term. Anything you want to know about this, the furniture, ceramics, I'm your man. Anything technical, we're going to ask George, who's nodding. Well, I think actually he's not really nodding his head in agreement. I think it's more like disagreement. But I hope you enjoyed the walk and talk. We're taking entries for our auction coming up on the 23rd of October as well now, with a huge collection of Beswick, or is it Beswick? Beswick if it's worth more money. Pictures, prints, and a huge collection of sporting items as well. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the walk and talk. Get in touch via the phone on 01935 812277, or ping us an email via info@charterhouse-auction.com. Hope you enjoyed it, and good luck with the bidding.